Good evening. I'm all the way on the right. That feels weird.
There you go. I moved you.
Beautiful. Good evening. It is Tuesday. It is just gone 9 o'clock, which feels fun to say. Welcome to episode 3 of Total Video Gamers Presents the Total Steam Deck podcast. I had to miss the last one, so I feel a little bit gutted that I missed episode 2. So it's only you three so far that are 100% success record for Steam Deck podcast.
Who's the third person?
You three.
You said it's only you three that have been on. I was like,
clearly that's the voice in my head and the
Okay.
imaginary voice in my head.
Excellent.
Well, here we go.
Our sound technician that's always here, but you never see them because they're off camera. You didn't know it's the fourth member of the group.
Exactly. They just loiter above us.
Yeah.
How are you both?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm very good. Good and planned.
Yeah, somewhat recovered from my trouser accident from yesterday.
Yeah, you know, sometimes these things happen.
Mm.
Sometimes they happen. Anyhow, we have got plenty to be talking about. So, what do you say? Let's get cracking with the first topic, which is, of course, what are you playing? So, Tim, what are you currently playing on your Steam Deck?
What am I playing? On my Steam Deck, one of my more recent purchases, which I'm still enjoying, is UFO 50, which is a compilation of lots of like modern retro games. So for like the Evercade fans of the group, this is a great one because it's very indie hero vibes. It's all sort of recently made retro games in a big collection. Yes, so far it's really good. I've still got plenty I've not even played yet, but I'm trying to give each one a little bit of time to kind of get into it. And there's like a really good mix. It's got some shooters, got some platformers, got some puzzles, got some adventure games. It's got everything you could want, really. I think my favorite one so far has been a game called Bushido Ball, which is very similar to something like Windjammers, which was a recent one of the Evercade, which we talked about a lot. So it's like Pong, but you're samurai and you have to like use your sword to like whack the ball back and like pull your sword out and whack them. And that's sort of like 8-bit sort of retro graphics. Trying to remember some of the other ones. There's like a few which are just like running along rooftops and the camera's constantly moving. You've just got to try and keep up with the camera and jump over enemies and try and stay alive. And yeah, I can't remember how much that cost me, but it was definitely worth it. It works out to be like 20p per game or something silly.
It basically got released. It got announcement that it's coming for Switch 2 as well, and it's going to get physical release on that. So it's been on my radar for ages. I've been umming and ahhing to buy it. I was going to buy it, but as soon as I saw it coming out for Switch on physical, I thought, I would rather have the physical, to be honest.
I was going to double check what's on there, and I realised my battery has literally just died. Oh no, it's not. It started. It's going to die any minute. Play forever. Just going to remind myself. I'll show you the thing on it. Hang on. There you go. So if you can see briefly there, that's all the different games you can play. All the grayed out ones, the ones I've not tried yet.
Play, don't you?
Yeah, you I think you can play any, but I'm just playing them in order just because, organised, OCD, whatever you call it. But yeah, there's like Bug Hunter, Ninja something, Magic Garden. There's loads of really good ones. Warp Tanks. Oh, the Big Bell Race. That's quite fun. That's like you can only control your thing by like using a little jet, and if you hit the walls, you go back, and you just got to try and get around a little track, racing against other bells. So yeah, it's pretty good. There's a game called Kick Club, which is like Soccer Kid. If you ever played that, it's like a platform game. There's a football, and you can like kick the football around and kill things. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really enjoying that. And then the other game I'm playing on there is Nier Automata.
Nice.
You play that, so that's good. I mean, it's got a good mix of. It feels like there's lots of different styles of games merged together. Because one minute you're third person going forward. Then it's a scrolling shooter. Then it's a sideways platformer. It's got different RPG elements where you're upgrading stuff. And yeah, that's really cool so far. But I've only kind of really just started that. And then I've kind of been sidetracked with, Soul Reaver and Gears of War. So those are my current go-to Steam games at the moment.
Nice. Yeah. And Blunners, what are you playing at the moment?
So I managed to complete and play Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain 1 as part of our game club because everyone was playing on Evercade, but I didn't want to drop £25 on it when I could buy it all the HD remaster for £4. So I ended up just paying £4.20 maybe, I think it was, and got both of them remastered. Yeah, and I'll give more thoughts when we actually do our show on it. But the little time I had on it, I thought it was okay. Once you get used to like going from different realms to opening out a physical realm to be able to open doors and get out. The boss fights weren't as hard as you would expect. They were quite easy, and the final boss like so easy. It was embarrassing. It was like 3 hits, and then in the like there's like a generation of health in the middle. So if you get hit, you just go and stand in there and let your health come back. It's just like what's going on here? Yeah, that was a bit. There were some good like elements of like going back and forth to different like the different realms. To like once you, say you were trying to get up into a path, you would then drop down into a different element, and then all of a sudden like the platform would move, so you could then jump on it, get up that area, then go back to the physical realm, and then it would all come back to where like so. Yeah, I played that for quite a bit actually. Managed to fully complete that. What else have I been playing on here? I also played a little bit of Broforce, not too much. Also, if you're on our channel, there's a when we get to the wishlist part, there was a game I played called Pipsqueak, which I've done a video on. That is also what I played. That is fantastic, and it is like only just been backed on Kickstarter. The demo's out. It is brilliant. You're a little like mouse/rat that's going around platforming, collect like your different. You can find earrings that give you different powers. You can equip 2 of them. So, like the 2 I found, one was an extra heart of health. Second one was to magnet any coins that come in, so you can obviously upgrade your items at a later date. You can jump, climb platforms, find little hidden areas. It's a great 2D side-scrolling game. Loved it. So if you haven't seen my video, go and check it out. I just run through the demo, leave the links for the demo and everything on there, so you can just go on it and download it and play it yourself. And get behind it because it's a great game. And then the last one I've been playing, which I was talking to you about off air, was called To a T.
Oh yeah,
it's really, really like random and
quirky.
So yeah, and it completely caught me off guard because it was like I've just played the demo of it. It's another game I was looking to maybe do a video on, but it was like it was in a debug magazine. Looked it up, and you're basically a 13-year-old whose arms are stuck out like a T, like this. They're stuck out sideways, so you're like trying to move around your arms and like this, and it was like weird. Him trying to open doors and stuff, and like it starts off like you generate how he's supposed to look, but it is like the one thing I would say, it is like playing a cartoon. I felt like I was in a cartoon. It was like really cartoony. It was really like it felt like a bit anime kind of style, but it was really like it was quite an odd game because like obviously because he can't bend his arms, his toothbrush is huge, a spoon for his cereal, and basically you wake up and you have to like go to toilet yourself, which they don't show you that part. You can come out and then you run downstairs and have to pour your own cereal because like your right trigger does like your right hand, your left trigger will do like your left, but you can't bend it. So and then like your bumpers like do the actions, so you would have them to like pour the cereal in, then you're having to like spoon it out and press another button to eat it. Yeah, but it worked quite well actually. And then you run off, and then they kept going into like random song, which was a bit odd. Like you come out of the house and it just goes into this like random song, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, life mimicking games. These kids, he's like randomly T-pose. It is, and then like he's getting bullied at school. And he comes out and he's getting bullied at school, and he's like, because obviously people are taking the mick out of him. They're leaving books like a T. They're walking past him, taking the mick. But you don't actually know why he is like this. Why is his arms out like a T? It's like he's got a permanent coat hanger up his back or something. I don't know. It's just really weird, but completely odd. It's out on everything as well. It's out on Xbox and PlayStation and Steam, so it's out there. It's it was a lot better than I thought it was actually going to be, and it's quite a relaxed, chill game. yeah, my son's 13 and is nothing like that. Like the boy's still a bit like childish. He's still a little like bit childish for a 13-year-old. Maybe a 13-year-old British kid who doesn't get off VR is a lot more grumpier than a 13-year-old cartoon kid with his arm stuck out in a tee. But yeah,
it's done
really
by the
weird.
same people that did Katamari Damacy.
Yeah.
So if you played that, like all the music bits and like the quirky humor, it's very similar to that. Yeah. I think Gene's correcting him there. That's a bit late, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
If you didn't keeping up don't think you're keeping up the current events there. But
yeah, we have a king, we're not a queen.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I have been continuing on with Doom intermittently in between Switch 2, PS5, and all the other good stuff that is on the go. So I have been really enjoying going back over Doom's 2016. Is that what it is? I don't know when the new Doom came out. So I've been really enjoying that. A game that I've had in my wish list for a little while that I really wanted to come down in price. I was only up 4 times. Finally did recently, so I have now got BioShock Infinite, which is really up there. It's almost my favorite over the first one, just almost. First one still pips it just because it's BioShock, you know. So I'm so excited to be diving back into that, especially on the Steam Deck, just purely because everything looks absolutely phenomenal on that screen. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the other 2 things that I have been playing a fair bit out of is Reality Drift. We had the game creator on a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago now, even possibly. And I have been just enjoying the hell out of Reality Drift. It is so much fun. There is a little bit.
You kind of got the. Yeah, I was going to say, have you got the tactics down? Because I was just like getting stuff and not doing very well. And I was like, yeah, you kind of need to base what upgrades you get, to then decide which world to go to. Because certain upgrades are more useful than other worlds. I was like, oh yeah, I was just flying off the track towards the end.
Yeah, it's as soon as you start noticing like tracks that have got like a lot of tight turns, it's making sure you take grip and then take acceleration so that you can just grip to the track as you go around. It's a cool little game. It's a really cool game. I know you can download the demo now, I believe. You can get it in your wish list as well. We're going to talk about wish list later, of course. But I would highly recommend Reality Drift for people. And I think on the first episode, I talked about a game called Project Warlock, which is a boomer shooter, and it's violent, it's fast-paced, it's hard. And I think that was £1 or something on the Steam sale at the time.
It's crazy money, man.
To get it physically on the PS4, it's a limited run game, so you know it's getting a little bit pricey now. I was lucky enough to get that when it came out, but again, £1 for the Steam Deck version. I'm certainly not going to pass that up. And then outside of things that I may or may not be running on emulation, that is about where I'm at with the games that I am currently playing. So next topic, do we want to talk about Humble Bundles, because there are some belters out there, or do we want to get on our high horse about the age verification? What should we go with? Let's keep it happy.
Yeah, I was going to say, keep it happy for a minute.
Let's go with humble bundles.
Let's go with some bundles that are humbles.
You won't load it up,
I've got some. That's the first one. Let me share ye old screen as they did in days of old.
Scroll.
No, that's screen 2. Screen 2, and allow, and it comes in. It's seamless transition. So this one is a Lego bundle, and it actually looks brilliant. So this is currently available 15 days, 4 hours, and 42 minutes. I was going to go through from the bottom because they put it in a weird order. But we've got the Lego Movie video game. We've got Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego The Hobbit, Lego Batman 2, Lego Lord of the Rings. I'm going to stop saying Lego. Just from now on because you get it. Ninjago, Marvel's Avengers Deluxe Edition, Lego Movie 2 video game, Disney Pixar's Incredibles, Lego Worlds, Jurassic World, Star Wars The Force Awakens Deluxe, Batman 3, DC Supervillains, Marvel Superheroes 2, and then Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Deluxe Edition. And the lowest price you can pay for that is £13.39 for 17 Lego games. You can, of course, donate a little bit more if you want to give money to the charities that they raise money for. But
that's insane.
That's a lot of Lego. It's a lot of
That
Lego.
is a lot of Lego, correct.
In your Steam Deck. So let's just bring up the other one. And this has got a day left. So you don't want to snooze on this one. This is an IGN bundle.
Okay.
The lowest price you can get for this is £15.90, and it's for these 7 games. But it does look to be a good 7 games. You've got Bomb Rush, Cyberfunk, Homeworld 3, Anton Blast, Victory Heat Rally, which is one that we've played a bit because it was at some indie game shows we've been to. That's really cool. Lost Eidolons, Preen, and the Expanse Telltale series.
Nice.
So all looking pretty good.
There was
some good bundles.
There is one other on there which has got a couple of weeks left on.
Should we go back?
Yes. Well, that Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is basically like Jet Set Radio, isn't it?
Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah, because you got the physical, didn't you, Ollie?
I did. Yeah. The other one that I quite like the look of was the Indie Likes and Lights. There was some games in here.
Ace Attorney and Mega Man as well. Ace Attorney and Mega Man, I saw them as well.
We'll check that in a second, shall we?
Yeah. The one that really, other than Shovel Knight, Pocket Dungeon, which could be very interesting and fun. The one that I'm intrigued by is Going Under, which is as it says there, satirical dungeon crawler about exploring the cursed ruins of a failed tech startup. As an unpaid intern of a dystopian city of Neo Cascadia, you wield office junk as weaponry as you make your way through the offbeat. I mean, it just sounds. It sounds everything I would like it to be. Graphically,
Team
it looks great.
As well.
Yeah, it just looks like a lot of fun. I really like all the sort of big, loud colors. It just looks like big, silly fun. Who doesn't want to go around smashing cursed startups? You know, I mean, that's.
So when they say it's a cursed startup, they mean literally because there's like goblins and stuff roaming amok.
Yeah, so it's dungeon crawler, but I'd imagine you're just going to be crawling around the office spaces as opposed to actual dungeons.
So it's an office crawler.
Yeah, each office is
an office crawler.
Office crawler.
What else we got on this one? We do like indie. We've got Crop Rotation, Metrofall, Crewmit's Tale. That looks interesting. That kind of reminds me of like Adventure Time kind of animation.
Yeah.
The Ouroboros King. Again, all these got really high percentage reviews on Steam as well. You got Rock and Slay, Luck Be a Landlord, and then Rogue Heroes. So yeah, looks like there might be quite a few roguelike games. Let's have a look at this one. This looks cool. It's actually got a lower rating than some of the others, but that looked interesting.
Yeah, okay. I think there just seems to always be a good couple of bundles. But yeah, the one that's got Victory Heat Rally, that's a big hit because I think Victory Heat is about 15.
So you got Ace Attorney Mega Man.
I'm just going to go into Victory Heat Rally quickly and just show what that looks like if people haven't seen it. This is Victory Heat Rally.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's really cool. I mean, look at the graphics on that. It's got such a good art style, and it's like
gorgeous.
There's no pop up because it isn't actually an old game. It's a modern game. They just have that art style, and it makes the lack of pop up in there just make it look really like it's got a really nice finish to it.
Yeah,
and it's good. It's really good fun.
It reminds me of them, like, remember that little RC car you could get back in a day? That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
little ones used to have it.
It's a bit like it looks a bit like Micro Machines, mixed with Outrun. but it just plays so well. I just loved this game. Absolutely loved it.
Did you get like one of the top times on it when we went to WASD or
I
something?
held
You
the
had
top
it for a
time.
bit. You held it.
Yeah,
Did someone
I held the
got
top
in?
time for all of about 30 seconds.
Oh,
And then someone else just
I'm
came
a
in and
Platonic as well.
pipped me.
savage.
Yes.
Right.
And that
Ace
yeah, this
Attorney.
and Mega Man.
Yeah. What weird
So I think it's
collection.
like
I'm
Ghost
going.
Trick.
Yeah.
It's Capcom, isn't it?
30. Oh, 11. I thought it was going to fit my titles. £31 for 11. But I think you can drop it down if you want. Yeah,
probably
31
that.
is the lowest you can
31
pay
is
to get
cheapest.
full selection. Ace Attorney, Mega Man Battle Network, Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, Battle
It
Network.
does have Mega Man
2.
Legacy
Mega
Collection
Man Legacy
as well.
Collections
Yeah.
1 and 2, I think.
Wow.
So there's
Mega
That'll
Legacy
Man
have like
Collections
all
has
the
two.
old. That'll have them all on there.
Yeah, that's Mega
Another
Man
Mega
1
Man
all the way to 6.
Ace Attorney trilogy as well. So that's all for the first
Oh.
3.
And then it
Because I had that
comes
Mega Man
with some
Legacy
coupons
collection
as
because I
well.
had to get the gold amoeba that come with it.
Let's have a look. Oh, there's no video on that one. What
Bam.
else we got here? So you get
But
quite a
yeah,
lot of Mega Man.
you
So
get
even though it's 11 titles, it's actually a lot more than that because 3 of the titles are compilations again.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, when it's at a
Mega
Mega,
Man
it's
2.
1 to 6,
Wow.
and then 2 has got the Super Nintendo one, doesn't it? I think.
I think it does,
Excellent.
yeah. Oh, no, because the Mega Man X bundles will have that. The Legacy Collections that have
Yeah,
got Mega Man
they
X.
will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. I am tempted to get that one as well because I don't really have a lot of Mega Man games. I've got a couple, but yeah.
Have you played
I was
Ace Attorney ones before?
No, I've never played
Oh,
Ace
no.
Attorney. Never tried it.
Yeah, they're
What's
good.
this one? Ghost
It's like,
Trick, Phantom
objection!
Detective.
But
Is
they're
that
best
from the
played on
same
the
sort of
DS
studio?
though.
Hmm.
They are best. Yeah, this is another detective one. This is supposed to be really good as
Okay.
well. I think it came out on Switch.
Okay.
Or it might have been DS actually. It might have been like late DS, 3DS life. But I know that it's it's supposed to be really good. You've got to like work out obviously what's happened because you are a detective. Mate, he's dead. I think you're a ghost. Are you a ghost? Yeah,
I'm
he's already
dead.
dead. There you go. Yeah, so he's already dead. There's no time to be lolling around dead.
Lolling around.
You're the only one who can save her. Yeah.
Hey, cool.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's
always
from the Ace
interested in a mystery
Attorney
game.
creator. So that's
Usual
what's
powers of the
included in
dead. Yeah.
collection.
Yeah.
Cool. So some very
Excellent.
good collections out there at the moment. We've also got tabletop games, 3 days left, and some Should we have a quick look on those? We've got time. Let's have a quick browse.
Oh, the Ascent.
Lawn mowing simulator.
The Ascent's a
Sounds
cracking
like-
little horror game.
That's gonna be worth it for the price of admission alone. Always wanted a lawn mowing simulator. There we go.
With all the other simulators.
Yeah. Always makes me, whenever I see these games, I'm not really into these games, but whenever I see them, I always think of that bit on The Simpsons where Marge tries to get Bart to do some work in the garden and he doesn't want to do it. And they go to a fair and there's someone with a VR headset. He goes, Yard Work Simulator. And he wants to play on it. Anyway, yes, there's lots of different options there. Let's look at the tabletop one quickly. See, these are interesting. I've played a few like tabletop games on tablet. I've not really been too into getting board games in game form because I like just playing board games. But you've got Root, Ticket to Ride's quite a popular one. I'm not a big fan of Ticket to Ride personally, but it is a popular board game. Got Cluedo, The Game of Life, Raiders, Wings of Glory, The Fox and the Forest I've heard of, Battleships. Not the best tabletop games for me, that collection. There's a lot more better ones out there. What's Fox in the Forest? I have heard of that, but I've not played it. So these are, I presume, because most of them are, from what I've seen, have a physical counterpart as a board game. So if you like the board game, you can get a computer game version of the board game. So like I've got the Elder Sign as one of my favorite board games. I've got the game version of that on a tablet. And it's all right, but I don't know. For me personally, I'd rather either play the board game or play a different game rather than play
the board game
version of a board
on
game.
the computer.
Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
interesting.
But there's some good options for people there if that's your thing. It's worth checking out.
There are indeed.
Yes.
Righty. Shall we get on our high horse? Well, high horse number one. High horse number one. Let's have a talk about the UK age verification that is coming in. Now, we talked about this on one of the ModCons podcasts, whereby I think a lot of this has come from the Australian action group who were pushing really hard, not for their religious beliefs whatsoever, but they were pushing really hard to get certain games removed from Steam, and they were unsuccessful in their initial bid. So I think they started with things like Detroit Become Human, and a few other titles, Grand Theft Auto. Everyone comes after Grand Theft Auto. And they weren't successful with getting those removed. So they managed to unearth one of the more extreme type games, which is very specific, and they latched onto that one, and they managed to get the payment companies on board with basically saying that the payment companies weren't going to facilitate the transactions for those types of games. So it wasn't Steam necessarily saying you couldn't purchase the games. It was more MasterCard and PayPal, and well, maybe not PayPal, but certainly MasterCard sort of got involved and said, yeah, we don't want to facilitate the purchase of these types of games, which has now brought in a tidal wave of opening doors to come for other games, including a very now stringent Online Safety Act, which has come through now. Certainly in the UK, we're noticing this with all walks of entertainment for anything that is anything over the age of 18. So I guess the most obvious one in the UK is porn. You used to just be able to
why specific UK?
Yeah, I know why the UK. It's so, but it all kind of kicked off with having to, like, in the UK, you used to be able to just tick a box that said you were over 18 and you had access to everything. Possibly not the safest of ways to do things, but there we are. But it was only a matter of time before something like that started to come for other forms of entertainment, and being a video games channel, of course, it has now finally started to ebb its way into the video game universe. So yeah, what are the thoughts initially on the UK age verification stuff? Because I've not noticed a great deal of it on Steam itself.
I've not seen it on Steam yet. I've seen it on Xbox and done an age verification thing through an app. Just used my phone number. Took like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't really a problem. I mean, to be honest,
there is.
Go on.
Oh, sorry.
No, you try me for a bit. That's right. No, you go.
So if you go, there is actually a Steam. I've actually got something on Steam support, and they said no, this is for information for UK users only, which is really annoying to hear. Do you know what I mean? And it's basically saying this document details age assurance is used for Steam for UK users required in the UK Online Safety Act. Basically, they're trying to say in order to access Steam store pages for mature content, games, as well as their associated community hubs, you need to be logged into an active user account and opt in through the account settings page. So maybe that's why we haven't seen it. It's because we haven't physically opted in. Because the UK users, this opt-in process requires age verification. Your UK Steam user account is considered age verified for as long as you have a valid credit card is stored on the account. Oh, so maybe we don't have to because we've got. So basically saying you have to have a card stored into your account. So log into Steam, visit the account page, add payment method. You'll then be required. You'll be redirected to a form where you're asked to enter in your credit card details. And then it says your card type, number, CVV, expiry date, name, and billing address. Click continue to trigger an authorization check. For some cards, it was just test £1. But Steam will not collect this money. It will be returned to your account. You'll also be presented with a challenge that's determined via one-time password and OTP. or via an app. If this process is successful, you can now choose to add previously unavailable mature content. So
weird, because
might have to check.
yeah, because I must admit, I just quickly then went on Steam to see if the original Bioshock was in the discounted deal, which it is. But in order to actually access that page, it just said you're about to view adult content because Bioshock is an 18. And that's it. That's all I've seen. I haven't had to sign in. I haven't had to scan my face. I haven't had to do anything really to get access to that content. Now that could be because my debit card is already on the account, because how else am I going to purchase games on it? But I don't know. Are they able to tell from my debit card that I'm the right age? Because it's a debit card. I haven't put my credit card on there because I don't want to get down that slippery slope.
It just says your account is considered age verified for as long as you've got a valid credit card is stored on the account. So
so like
Chugga Gems for cheese stick,
It's still quite easy to get content without the credit card. Yeah, because agreed, not everybody wants to stick their credit card into this kind of thing, because it certainly for me it becomes a slippery slope paying for stuff on a credit card, and I'll pay that off next month. Never fucking do.
I know.
So, but you've seen it on Xbox, Tim?
Yes, yeah. I think it just came up on the app. I think it just said you can verify your age. So I just went ahead and did it. It used a third-party app, and it did by phone number. So I just put my phone number in, and it said, "Yeah, you're 18." That was it. So wasn't.
You didn't have to do face. You didn't have to do anything like that.
No, I guess it just knew from my phone number. I don't know what they check, but it didn't take very long. It just came straight through saying, "Yeah, the person that owns this phone number is 18." I was okay. In terms of why this is all happening, I am actually in favour of it. So I do think there should be better age verification than clicking the box that says, "Yes, I'm 18," because that's quite easy to get past because you just click yes regardless of how old you are. So I understand the need for it. I share Ollie's concerns about where this has originated from and what they're trying to do. And I think that there's maybe like a happy medium. You say, okay, you verify your age to prove you're 18. We have changed the age rating system in this country over the last few years. We used to have, PG 12, 15. Yeah. Now it's 12A. So they've made that change. Yeah. I personally think what you need, rather than banning stuff, give it an additional rating. So then you have 18, which is like, your Dooms, your Grand Theft Autos and your Gears of War kind of stuff with blood and violence, and then have like an 18A or something like that. So 18 adult content. And then it's like, right, this is an 18 and it's just a violent game with swearing in it. This is an 18 and it's basically like interactive pornography. And then people can make a known decision whether that's the content they want to consume. If you're a parent and you want to filter stuff out, you can say, okay, I can restrict the content for 18A, but I don't have to restrict the content for 18 if you've got like a teenager in the house or whatever that you don't mind playing certain games. And I think that puts control in the user, and also warns someone if you're going to go buy a game, oh, this game looks cool, and you go, this game is an 18A, I think, oh, maybe it's not my kind of game after all, if you're not into that sort of thing. Or maybe you are. But I agree with what you said before about it, is that, yes, I understand why people want to shield people from that sort of content, but it also kind of has a right to exist for the people who do want it.
Exactly.
But I then get to a blurry point. It's like, is there a line somewhere? We think, actually, there is some stuff that could be pretty horrific that probably shouldn't exist. But I think that's for someone else to decide, not me. It's like, I'm not going to get involved in that. Yeah,
for sure.
Just give me the little warning label, and
this is that hard line, isn't it? It's the stuff that we're finding acceptable in all kinds of entertainment, but especially in video game entertainment now, versus what was acceptable 20 years ago. It's night and day. And then if you go back 20 years before that, it's night and day again. It's just society changes and it becomes accustomed to particular things, and I'm sure it will regress, it will go back the other way, it will go too far the other way, and then it will pendulum back into the favor of people that want to access this particular type of content. But certainly things like the best way to do it is just to educate people, and for me the onus will always fall on the user. So if you have children and you allow them to access adult material, I don't mean pornography, I just mean
grown up material.
Yeah,
sort of thing,
mature contented movies that have things like all of Ari Aster's movies. For me, they're very mature content. And if you're letting your child play video games that are also age rated, not appropriate for them, that is a choice that you have made as a parent. And if it's the wrong choice, well, that's on you as the parent for allowing them to access that material. But I do, because I'm maybe it's just because there's I think there's too much of it doesn't fall to the user. Too much of it gets taken by the governments and the censor boards and all this kind of stuff. They're the ones that end up deciding what I am allowed to access, which I've said before I'm not in favor of, because I know what I want to access. I know my tolerant threshold, and I should be allowed to access all the particular entertainment art that I want to access. And again, I think I've said this before, in a public setting, absolutely, you need to make sure that is as regulated as it can be, because in a public setting, you have to look after the public, and the public are sometimes very stupid. But in a private setting, that's on you. You decide, and I should be able to decide. I look after my children. I look after the content that they can gain access to, and I do genuinely think that parents just need to not be quite so lazy. And I'm speaking as a parent to 3 children. You cannot be lazy as a parent. My parents weren't lazy. They knew exactly what I could and couldn't access, because there was open discussions about it. There was no problem. So I do agree with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of in between as well. I'm with you, Ollie, in your own family setting. You got it's down to me what I want to what we want to watch, what we want to access. Things like this, I know it has a place and purpose. I understand what Tim's saying as well, having the 2 ratings, because say you could go onto your Wi-Fi router at home and then just click on that, ban that 18A, and you know that your kids, you're allowing them, because you don't mind them playing games like Doom and GTA, but you don't want them watching all kinds of different porn and stuff under your own house. So just the fact that you can just click a button, that they've then got to then prove that they're 18, because I know there's certain things already in place on other platforms. Like I remember TikTok, my daughter always wanted it, and we were like no, and she had to go in. She was then going in as, without us knowing, she downloaded it, and then it came up asking for a face. It wanted a picture of her face. So then she was like, oh, okay. But then there's ways around that. I don't know whether she went up to one of the photos and done my mum's face or what. But it was like it came up asking her for something, whereas a credit card, it's kind of, do you know what I mean? If people are still going to let it, I know it's been affecting foot flow as well onto sites. I know that a certain website said it's lost like, is it 500,000 or 1 million views a day or something like that? Is traffic as mental. But yeah.
And how much of that is people that don't want to verify who they are, and how much of that is people that were underage that shouldn't have been on there in the first place? It's
the fact that you have to put your credit card in, and I think because like taking a photo, like you said, you just take it up, you can just do that anywhere. I think actually having to put a card in is now making them think, oh, I actually now have to like commit to this, and then they can find me. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff going around. Is it the guy from Father Ted? He's been arrested for tweets and stuff, and he's saying he's not going to change what I'm saying. But the fact is that now people are now being held accountable for the stuff they're sending and doing online. It just feels that like, where's the threshold on that? Do you know what I mean? Where does it end? But yeah, Steve, for me, touch wood, I haven't actually seen it yet on Steam, but is that because my card is already loaded up on it? By the looks of it, I think it is.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
If you've got a credit card on there, it knows you're old enough, but then it could be your parents. So,
and this is the other thing that Nick just put in the chat. It's the risk of scam websites getting your card details, because some big companies like Barclaycard, even Sony, I don't know if I record a Steam one in recent years, but there have been like big major leaks, hasn't there, where people have got into
cyber
accounts.
attack.
If there's a cyber attack on Valve and your credit card information gets taken, it's a risk.
My son's literally just been scammed by something called Speedy Skills. It scammed him £15, and he is adamant, because obviously we've then gone through the set. They're trying to say he's gone on, he's verified it, he's logged in. He doesn't have an account with them. They're a Netherlands-based company, and my wife, and because he's got like a rooster car through my wife's NatWest account. We're having to argue the case that the fact that I can't get him to do work anyway, let alone sign himself up for some skilled coursework stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like and they're trying to say that he's accessed it and clicked on it, but then they shouldn't be. Do you know what I mean? It's just odd. They're like, he hasn't. He doesn't have an account with them. He doesn't have any link. So how has he managed to set up as a monthly subscription with you guys when he doesn't actually have it? So he's actually had his card details nicked. So luckily we can just click a button and freeze it. But we are now in the process of now having to try and prove that he didn't sign up for this, like Speedy Skills stuff, because it's more like set for like people who are looking to get qualifications and courses and stuff. Not a kid who just wants to buy V-Bucks or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a tricky one.
I don't think this is going to go away anytime soon.
No, it's going to get worse.
And the UK are notorious for just kind of, going with the most drastic measure possible straight away, and then eventually we settle on something sensible. So I don't think this will be the last time we'll talk about it. I'm sure there's going to be something that's going to come up as a spanner in the works, and we'll end up coming up again on age verification. But in principle, I agree with Tim. I'm all for having some type of age verification process, as long as that means I can access the content that I want to access when I want to access it. I'm not overly keen on scanning my face into things, and I'm not overly keen on taking a photo of my driver's license and all these other things. It's like, no, just come on, my credit card or my debit card, that's enough. That's all you need. That's, just take my money, not my face.
That belongs on a t-shirt, that does, doesn't it?
It does. Take my money,
take
not
my
my face.
money, not my face.
Yeah.
Or a bumper sticker.
Always remember that, and men behaving badly. Take anything you want, just don't hit my face. Okay. We've got a bit of time to talk about something that has recently been talked about and shown and had a lot of things said about it since Gamescom, and that is Xbox Ally. So I know I've put Xbox Ally v Steam Deck. That's probably a bit sensationalist. What I'm thinking is, because we've talked a little bit about Xbox Ally on some of our other podcasts, but this would be a really good opportunity just to actually sort of talk about it in terms of, yes, the Steam Deck, because it's another high-powered handheld console, and it's going to be interesting to see what people really think of it when we compare it to the value for money versus what the Steam Deck already does. So I'm going to kick it off straight away in that the main comparison that I had been looking at over the last couple of days was there are variants to the Steam Deck, but those variants, from what I'm understanding, don't actually affect your performance. Please correct me if I am wrong. It might affect battery life, and it might affect the type of screen you have. So if you've got an OLED screen, obviously you're going to have a slightly nicer screen than the LCD one. But from what I gather, all the components, everything on the inside that would make the games run nicely is the same across the board of all the Steam Deck models, from what I understand. The Xbox Ally...
I've got it at a glance here if you want.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So it says here the Steam Deck OLED is 7.4 inch HDR OLED, 1280 times 800 with a 90 hertz refresh rate, and its memory 16 gig of RAM compared to 24 on the Ally. It's Steam OS, the other one's like Windows 11. Their screen is 7-inch IPS LCD with a 1920 versus 1080p, 120 hertz refresh rate, variable refresh rate, both Wi-Fi 6, both Bluetooth 5. Theirs is 5.4, ours is Steam is 5.3. They've got 2 USB-C ports. It says we've only got a single USB-C port. They've got a larger battery of 800 watts, whereas ours is a 51. But yeah, it is obviously the Ally is a lot newer. It's literally just come out.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to get the price range up, see what the price difference is. But
so for me, the variants of the Steam Deck just depended on what size memory you wanted, what type of screen you wanted, and ultimately how big a battery life you wanted. So you could go to a nice high-end version of all of it for something like just shy of 700, or you could go right back to a very nice version of everything, but it would cost you 350. Whereas from what I can gather, the Xbox Ally is going to have an Xbox Ally and an Xbox Ally X, like they've done with Xbox Series S and Series X. But there appear to be performance-based differences on those different consoles, again, like the Xbox Series S and Series X. And it really, really got me thinking, like, why are you going down the route of having 2 variants of a handheld console, one that is going to have slightly less power and one that is going to have slightly more power? It really confused me. I'm still not overly convinced that this Xbox Ally is what the market wants. To be fair, I didn't think the market wanted a Steam Deck. I was wrong. I've got one, and I'm incredibly happy with my purchase. But the ways in which Steam, I think, currently is integrated within PC gaming, I think a Steam Deck was a natural progression. Whereas Microsoft or Xbox hasn't ever really done anything particularly handheld. And I don't seem to remember people thinking, do you know what I really want? Handheld Xbox. I've never really heard anyone say anything about it, really. But that initial comparison of 2 different systems with 2 different abilities, so to speak, versus the Steam Deck, where you've got 3 options, but your performance doesn't change. It's just the hardware in terms of the bells and whistles that change. That was an interesting one for me.
But for me, it was like, so Steam was coming. It was do you remember they were bringing a box that you could plug in under your TV.
Yep.
You had the controller that I've never actually tried that controller that doesn't have the D-pad buttons, which is like, I think it's like trackpads.
Yeah, 2
is it both
trackpads.
sides? Which is supposed to be a fantastic controller. So it was always in the works, and then the Switch. From what I think, they looked at the Switch and saw, right, okay, that's fantastic, and then they've just raised the bar, like it, and now everyone's trying to jump on ship. Like I've just put in our private chat there. This Xbox Ally is going to be £200 more than the most expensive version of a Steam Deck, and there will be a Steam Deck 2 coming at some point. But I just feel that, and also the Ally X will play. You'll be able to play Steam Library and Steam games on it, like you said. So I'm still a bit confused about where they're, because you can play, like as Tim's done. You can log into your Xbox account and stream your Xbox games on the Steam Deck. So it's, why are you going to pay an extra £200 when you can do the same on both? It just yeah, I think the price point's going to kill it. It's not going to even get anywhere near Steam OS or the Steam Deck, and I think that's why Ally went to Microsoft and said to them, "Oh, by the way, can we make your handheld?" Whereas, can you imagine if this new PlayStation 6, which is rumored to be a portable, is linked up with Steam? So it could be. I mean, something could be in the works.
Yeah. I mean, Tim, what are some of your thoughts now that the Ally is sort of out there for people to see and touch?
I think I would be a lot more sort of engaged in the differences if I didn't already have the Steam Deck. I think because I've already got a Steam Deck, I'm just not fussed about it, to be honest. If I didn't have a Steam Deck and I was looking at them both, then yeah, I'd be looking at quality versus price point. I'm with you though. I don't see why they're doing an Xbox Ally and an Xbox Ally X. I actually think that they should just go for the high end and keep it the high end, because the problem they've got is they're now going to have to try and bring out content which both devices are capable of doing at a different standard. Where I was going, do you know what? We're going to make content for this high standard device. And yeah, exactly. It's like, just go, look, we're going to go all in on the high standard device. If you want to play these really good games at really good quality, you have to get through this price point barrier to buy the hardware to do so. And I think actually long term, that would be more appealing. Because I often do go for the lower end stuff just because of cost. Because I've got an Xbox Series S, I haven't got a Series X, just because it was a lot cheaper, and I got a second-hand one for not too much, and I can then play a lot of the Xbox Series SX games that come out on Game Pass, because I felt like I was missing out because I had the one. I could actually play those games, but only cloud streaming, and the quality wasn't very good. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet and get a Series S, and then I can just download the games. That's fine for me. But yeah, I do agree that maybe they've missed the trick there by actually doing two. I get what they're doing. They're trying to make it more accessible to more people and get it in more hands. But at the same time, they're spreading themselves in two different directions, and it's kind of going against each other. So yeah.
Yeah, it's such an odd device, especially when you've got, effectively we've got two decent handhelds in the market right now. You've got the Switch 2. They're still making the Switch, so technically 3, but we'll just count the Switch family as 1. And then you've got the Steam Deck. And, I don't really have a desire for a portable PlayStation, but if the PS6 is a portable console, it's a portable console. So I either buy into it or I don't. Whereas the Xbox is still in this weird transition phase of this is an Xbox. So, I just don't know. I don't know what Xbox are really thinking about much of it at the moment. I did watch a little bit of Digital Foundry talking about their hands-on experience with the Xbox Ally at Gamescom, and initially they start off by saying, it's cool. It's a really interesting device. Everything runs very nicely. The Xbox interface is very good. However, they just said it crashed all the time. One of them had really bad issues with getting anything to run on it. Sometimes the thumbsticks would just stop working. Sometimes the D-pad would just stop working. So he would have to use the touch screen to get around the menus. And this is all stuff that will get fixed. I'm sure it is. But the one thing that one of the guys on the site really got knocked off with was he wanted to play Doom the Dark Age, but he was already playing Gears of War. So you can effectively pause Gears or stop playing Gears, load up Doom the Dark Age, but it didn't tell him that actually Gears was shutting. It just closed Gears of War. And then when he went back to flick between the two, he had to reload it up and had lost whatever progress he'd made in that little section, and was like, oh, but it didn't tell me it was closing. It just closed.
Did it.
So it made that decision for him. All these different game modes that you can have with your consoles now, you can kind of effectively pause it and not turn it off, but put it into sleep mode, come back an hour later, and it's still there, still churning away. So yeah, that was a little bit of a weird one for me. Everyone seems to say it feels good. It's one of the first handhelds that seems to have gone for this pistol grip type hand, comfort area, and that seems to be going well with people. But the hands-on experience people have is just like, yeah, it's fine. Like,
and I think that's the difference maker, isn't it? Because I can remember when the Steam Deck was first being talked about, it wasn't really on my radar, wasn't overly fussed, and I didn't really have any interest in it until we went to WASD, and there's a bunch of indie games being showcased on the Steam Deck. I got to pick one up and play on it, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I walked away from WASD deciding I'm getting a Steam Deck now. And I was sold. But I had no real interest in it until I picked one up and realized how good it was. And I was like, yeah, I definitely want one of these now. So,
but the thing that works really well with the Steam Deck is the interface. I think the interface just works very nicely. This is my first sort of step into the Steam world. You know, I don't have Steam on a computer because I don't PC game. But the integration of a bespoke version of Linux, so it's not running Windows. You could put Windows on it if you want to, but just running a bespoke version of Linux works perfectly. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. And someone that, you know, uses a Mac for actual computing stuff, you know, a little bit intimidated to start using something that's a bit more PC type interfacing, but Linux is really easy to use. So again, I think the thing that the Ally will suffer from is probably having Windows on it, because Windows is just notoriously a bit of a bugger. But that's why I ended up moving over to Mac and stuff. I just couldn't be arsed with Windows anymore. Sorry, Blanus, I talked over you.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I can't see it. I think it's still all Steam. I've been in from day one. I'd never really had, like you said, I saw it, was fascinated by it, and I just put a deposit down. Like it's only like, I think it was only like £1 deposit, and then I forgot about it. And then I randomly got an email saying, and I think it ended up getting delayed and all that. And then I just randomly got an email going, "Oh, yeah, we're making your Steam Deck. It'll be here next week." And I was just like, and I was luckily in the first like lot of batch, like first ones that are a batch. And then yeah, when it comes, it's, do you know what I mean? I only got like the cheapest option because I just wanted to have a look and see what it was actually all about. And if I didn't like it, I was just gonna sell it. But actually, it's been brilliant for exactly what we want. The touch pads and everything on it are fantastic. I just feel that everyone else now, they're all trying to play catch up. All these other ones are all trying to play. They're all trying to see how can we actually like get a device. This device that is pretty much a portable PC. You just can buy a dock like you can like a Switch, and you can plug it into your big TV. Put in your mouse and put in your USB hub, so then you can add a mouse and a Bluetooth keyboard or Bluetooth mouse, whatever, and then you're off. So yeah, it's great bit of kit, and I can't see Ally touching it, to be honest.
No, and like you say, the Ally is going to be newer, so it is going to have, you know, some slightly nicer hardware on the inside or software on the inside, whatever the right word is. But I still just think the fact that it is geared towards Xbox and running Windows, that's going to be the big thing that's going to hinder it. Whereas downfall, whereas I think the Steam Deck just having its own software, a bespoke version of Linux put onto it, it's made for that particular thing. Whereas I think running Windows on a PC can be difficult, let alone trying to integrate it as part of a gaming device and have a Xbox feature to it as well. And I don't know. This won't be the last time we talk about the Ally. And, you know, who knows, by the end of the year, fuck it, I might end up having one because I'll be so convinced that it's the most wonderful thing that I can't live without.
If you do get one, I'm going to go back for our old streams and just find a clip of you being negative about it and do a montage like, oh no, not for me. I don't know what Xbox are playing at. And it's cut you like, so I got one.
I would love to see one. As with all of these products, I would love to see one, see what they do. I don't even own a new Xbox. You know, the last Xbox I got was the Xbox One, because every time I would think about making that jump, right, time for a Series X, it just wasn't the time for it. You know, the one that was really going to make me do that jump was Starfield. Starfield, yeah. And then it just came out, and it was like, yeah, it's not quite what we thought it was going to be. And you're like, oh, I'll wait then. And then all the rumors of everything's basically just coming to Switch and PlayStation. So why would I buy an Xbox then? There's just no point. Like you say, in 6 months' time, make that montage. Prove me wrong. Everyone's a loser.
Okay.
Let's move on to more positive bits. Ooh.
What's on your wish list? So I was just going to.
What's on your wish list? We need to get in touch with Dave Newland. We need a little jingle, I think,
more
for
jingles.
that.
What's on your wish list? Yeah. Who wants to go first?
You already loaded up on it, Tim.
Okay, I am.
Yeah.
So right, I got two little ones. This one, I'm going to show a little video. This looks awesome. I have actually had a little go on it. No sound. I have had a little go on it because the dev of this was showcasing it at the Nottingham Video Games Expo. I don't know if you guys saw this when we were there. It's called Book of Abominations. It looks very Final Fantasy, like old school Final Fantasy, very Pokemon, but with like Lovecraftian horror. So rather than like having little, friendly pocket monsters, you're actually like capturing these Lovecraftian demons and creatures and stuff. It's got all different types and things like that, but it's more like poison and dark and things like that. There's your picking your starter monster, and from straight away the first battle I went and did, it's similar to sort of capturing creatures in Pokemon, but there's additional steps, and you have to like use rune casting and do these things to make them capturable, and then you can capture them, and then you get more monsters and stuff. And I just think it looks really cool. So yeah, Book of Abominations is one, and then I had another one which I've only just seen when I was looking for some free games, and this isn't actually a free game; it's not out yet, but popped up in my searches, and this is called. He's forgotten the name. It is called Woven Horizons, and it is just another tactical RPG type game. I just like the art style, similar sort of thing to a lot of the stuff I look at. Again, looks kind of old school Final Fantasy, but it's like looks more like a not a roguelike, but a progressive battle, a bit similar to that game we had on a little while back, where you're sort of doing little battles and moving on to the next levels.
Dungeonfell.
That's the one. Thank you, Blanners. Dungeonfell looks a little bit Dungeonfell to me. Woven Horizons. So there you go.
Very nice.
My wish list items today.
I'll let you go next, Ollie.
Okay,
I can't wait to show mine.
I'm just loading up my second pick, which was featured in the discussion about Humble Bundles as well. So I'm going to go with that one first. So let me share my screen, which has all changed here. Share screen.
Can you still share while I've still got my screen just not added to stage? Do I need to remove that for you? Or can you do it at the same time?
See what happens. Let's see what happens. Let me know when you can see.
You might need to remove yours.
Apologies, gone on. Yeah.
Look at that. So the first one for me is Victory Heat Rally. Like I said, we've played this at Knots. We've played this at Timeless. I just love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm really looking forward to picking this up. It's been in my wish list for a little while. I know it did go on sale a while back, and I just didn't click that button. However, as Tim lovingly pointed out, it is in one of the bundles. So for the same price, I could get a couple of other little games along with it. I love the art style. I love the play style. It is arcadey to a T. There's certainly no simulation involved in this. It's just hold the trigger down, drift round the corner, and gun for first place. It's just incredibly charming, incredibly lovely to look at. I like this one quite a lot. So that is Victory Heat Rally, and let's close that, and I will then share my second pick, which I think I have talked about before, but yeah, this just looks incredible. So this will be for fans of Cuphead. This is called Mouse PI for Hire. So fans of Cuphead will notice the graphical style is very much in that sort of 1930s, 40s cartoon style. And you play a mouse detective, private investigator, and you're in this world. And I just think this looks absolutely phenomenal. The graphical style is right up my street, and having it being a first-person shooter as well, I think just looks phenomenal. It just looks.
It's like your Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Like first person, old school Mickey Mouse, isn't it?
Yeah, Mouse PI for Hire. It's coming to everything, but it is in my Steam wish list. I genuinely just can't wait for that one. There's no release date. Oh no, release date 2025. But that's subject to conditions, of course. But there we go. Mouse PI for Hire, my second pick. Over to you, Blanners.
Excellent.
Yeah, so mine is. I'm just going to share my. I'm actually going to share me playing it the other day. So this is Pipsqueak. I think this would be fantastic on Evercade as well, where you are a little mouse or a rat with a hood and a massive sword. You have potions up in the top corner, and you can evade, jump up, and it is brilliant. It's Celeste. It reminds me of like Celeste.
Yep.
Yeah, this is just me playing it. I think this would be. This is the kind of stuff I think the Evercade needs to get hold of to keep itself going. But yeah, I just look at it. It's great artwork.
Yeah, art style
it was
is
on
excellent.
Kickstarter, and he's hit his target. Yeah, and it just plays brilliantly, and it's just so enjoyable. Like there's the demos out there now, so you can just jump on Steam now and play this demo. But yeah, it just reminds me of like Celeste, the Metroidvania. You go back and forth, kind of Hollow Knight-y as well. Like they bring up a map, see where you've been and where you haven't been. Later on, I do find a map on it, but yeah, there's no release date or anything for it, but yeah, same. Yeah, Shovel Knight as well. I think it does give me a bit of Shovel Knight vibes as well, but. This is my first video on my new series of Wishlist. Now, bringing me on to this second one, like this second one came onto my radar, and I was like, this
looks good,
amazing. So let me just quickly show it. So if you are a fan of Star Fox, if you are, this is will be right up your street. It's called Wild Blue, and it's the classic on-rail adventures of the 90s, where you've got. Hang on, to make it bigger screen. Can you see that better?
Yeah.
You've got your 4 characters. They all fly planes, and the gameplay footage. This has, guys, get this on your wish list now, because
I'm sold already just on this intro.
Fantastic. Yeah, it is.
It looks like 90s Saturday morning cartoon classic, doesn't it? This looks like something out of like SWAT Cats or something.
Yeah, but it's that moment. It just transitions.
Yeah,
to
but wait for the gameplay in a sec.
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah. So it is Star Fox or Lilac Wars, wherever you live. Yeah, look at it. Nice. It just looks fantastic. But
yeah, it looks great.
And this for me is a must to get on your wish list. So there's no initial release date yet. So I'm waiting for that to come out. But Wild Blue, make sure you get over there and just highlight it, and then we can then apply it.
Do you know, it's games like that I really hope people like Nintendo are paying attention to, kind of go, look, people do still want this type of game, especially if it's a Star Fox, tie-in. The one that was on the Wii U was great, apart from the fact you had to move the pad around all the time. So to have another classic Star Fox type game is going to be great.
Nice.
I am going to add that to
I think I'm going to as well.
Wish list now. I think actually.
Excellent.
What I'll do is we'll get all of us when we go. I'll put in the comments of all our games that we've put up for wish list, and it'll be in the comment on the video if people then want to come back to it.
And we can also do the same with the free games that I'm about to talk about, which is a nice little segue.
Oh, hang on, hang on. You need to roll PT.
Rob.
Good evening, everyone. Send in the clowns.
So we have talked about some cheap bundles and wish lists, but now we're going to talk about some stuff that's free that you can play right now. The first one I've looked at here is called Sinew. It says, venture into the mysterious horror depths of a cold and threatening abyss in the short, dark adventure game. Players must assume control of a small aquatic creature as they must avoid dangers and solve environmental puzzles. And this reminds me a lot of Carry On, which is a game that I really enjoyed. And you'll see it's got a nice little sort of Pixar style. This is free. You can just go and play it. Just add it to your Steam library. And if you've played Carry On, it looks very similar to that to me. And it's just like navigating these different areas.
I was very confused at the start when it had the Australian government thing. I thought, hang on a minute.
That just threw me as well. Yeah.
Right. So that's that one. The next on the list is, so we've got a nice mix of art styles and game genres here. I'll try to stick with. So this is Nelly the Seer. So Nelly the Seer is a third-person platformer and memory game. So jump, glide, and see the future to collect treasure present in the Templo Maya. Collect the fragments of the obsidian mirror to show the future to your people. And this looks like a nice 3D platformer with quite a nice sort of art style to it. When we actually get through all the opening bits. Okay.
15, oh, yeah.
So,
okay.
For a free game, I think this looks pretty nice. Yeah, the gods have sent a warning. Let's see if we can get some of the gameplay footage in here as well. Fate of civilizations at stake. So yeah, I think with a lot of these free games, a lot of them are quite short experiences. So when I found this one, I saw this was apparently it is a student project. So a group of students were making this as part of a university course. And I think it looks pretty damn good. So I think they did a great job. Yeah.
That's a really good way, isn't it, to kind of get your names out there as a studio, especially if you've done something at uni. Just make a game, pop it out there for free, let people play it, digest it. Who knows what might come from that sort of thing. Yeah, that's such a good idea.
Come back stronger with your next game after lots of feedback and put a price tag on it. And I think definitely getting people in the door with a free game is a good shout. It looks like a very inspired by lots of 90s 3D platformers off the PlayStation, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
You always see them. This one is completely different. This one is called Dog Walk. It says explore a handcrafted winter forest as a big, adorable dog and with a little kid in tow. So you control the dog, not the kid. A short, free, open source project brought to you by Blender Studio. Now, apparently, this is all like handcrafted stuff that's been rendered and put in. So it's like papercraft. And I just think it looks really nice. I don't know. I've not actually played this one. I just saw it on the list. I hadn't got to it yet, but I think that looks like a really fun art style.
Really does.
It looks like it's something that's just going to be relaxing and calming to play. You control this dog. You've got to try and, the kid's meant to be walking you, but you're already walking the kid and you're trying to get some stuff done, I suppose. So,
dog walk.
Yeah, dog walk.
It's got DLC as well, honey.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, you can do support pack, so you can support and pay a bit extra. This one is like a third person, but you can dive into the mind of, how do you pronounce that? Lucina? Let's say Lucina. A tormented painter leaps from emotional memories to solve puzzles where shapes deceive and emotions lead the way. A dreamlike platformer where each painting brings you one step closer to yourself, which sounds very cool. And I immediately just go, I love the setting of that just going, oh yeah, this is in a make believe sort of world, and then you can do and have the fun you want with the mechanic, the level design, just stuff floating in the air. It reminds me a lot of Split Fiction in its approach, and yeah, there's a cool little treehouse sort of area. I thought it looked quite nice. Yeah, looks like a fun sort of adventure game platformer. And again, with a lot of these, a lot of them are quite short. So if you're waiting for payday and you want to buy some new games, I recommend always going on the Steam free ones and just like getting a game. You could complete some of these in an afternoon, I think, because a lot of them are just short experiences, but gets some good things on there. Right, Blunners, after the one that you had in your wish list, I think you're going to like this one. Blasting through neon courses, dodging obstacles, and grabbing power-ups in this intense arcade racer, chain combos, and hit the finish line with a high score. But look at it's gone off of the video. Hang on. Look at, come back, the gameplay footage for this.
Just adding it now.
Look at that. That looks like Lilac Wars meets Beat Sabers. Do you know what I mean?
It certainly does.
Yeah, it does.
I just think that looks really cool.
I'm posting these links in chat, so if people want them, get over there now.
I can put, like I said, I'll put all of the links in the comments as well when we're done, and anyone can just grab them. Yeah, there you go. So those are the free Steam games I have looked at recently. There you go.
Nice.
I
think there's a great little
selection.
I've
just added it.
Nice. There we go. And I'm going to stop my screen, and we can return
to our wonderful faces,
to our wonderful end to the show.
Super duper. So yeah, there's quite a lot of decent free games there, I think. Nice. And that brings us quite lovingly to the end of episode 3 of the Steam Deck podcast. Do chuck in the comments or chuck over on the Total Video Gamers Facebook group if there are things specific to Steam Deck that you would like us to talk about outside of things that we're playing, wish lists, various bits of news here and there. If there is something specific that you would like us to cover, if you're on the fence about picking up a Steam Deck, you're unsure of what the various systems do, any of that stuff, and you want us to talk about that, please let us know. Otherwise, we would just continue as we are. There we go. Episode 3 in the bag. We will be live again Monday with Uncensored. He says confidently.
Modcons?
No, it's Modcons.
It's Modcons.
Okay.
Yeah. Modcons.
So we've got Modcons on Monday. There's always a buttload to talk about in Modcons. So our Monday shows are at 8 o'clock. So if you are finding us through the wonders that is the YouTube algorithm and you've stumbled across here and you've enjoyed your stay, please consider hitting that subscribe button, because that, funnily enough, helps us out quite a lot. As does hitting the little thumbs up button, because that lets us know that you've been here, it lets us know you've enjoyed the content, and it pushes the video around a bit for us as well. Yeah, if you want to support the channel, you absolutely can do in a variety of ways. Those 2 ways are the easiest. You can also share the video with your friends and all of that good stuff. If you want to become a channel member, you can do as well. For a £1 British pound, and all the money that we make from YouTube just goes straight back into prizes. So maybe episode 5, we'll look at maybe giving away some
4.
Steam codes. I mean, I'm thinking of like a milestone. Thinking of a milestone episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe 5.
So maybe we'll come to episode 5. Maybe we'll look at giving away some Steam codes again, which we did on our launch one. We'll pick a selection of games again that we like the sound of and allow people to enter the Wheel of Doom to win said prize. But yeah.
Don't forget also Game Club, Tim. You want to bring that? We're going to do a special show.
Yes, we are going to do a special show for Game Club, which we'll be sort of announcing the next few days. We'll also be putting a poll in for what the next game is going to be. So we've been playing through Soul Reaver. If you want to join the next Game Club, come and find us on the Facebook group and join in with Game Club. And we'll be... do we actually have a date for when we're doing the Game Club? Was that still being discussed?
That's what I'm saying. We need to sort that out.
We need a date. We'll sort that out after the show. And then we'll schedule it and we'll get it done.
I have started setting up a studio ready for it. Do you want a sneak peek?
Okay. Yeah, go on. Yeah. Exclusive sneak peek. Oh, look at that.
Load.
Why am I on my own in there?
I don't know.
Hang on. It goes like that. But yeah. It's got our faces behind.
I like it. It's like that. Blockbuster, isn't it? Classic.
Game Club employee picks. Beautiful. Game Club membership cards. Still on my agenda. Don't you worry about that. I've still got that on my agenda. So yeah, Game Club, come join the latest fun feature. It's like a book club, but with games.
That pretty much explains all you need to know, actually, doesn't it? Yeah. That's what it is. It's a book club, but with games.
Beautiful. Well, thank you everyone who has joined us along live in the chat as well. It's always great to see people in the chat. So thank you for continuing our journey into the enjoyment of Steam Deck. And we will see you all at 8 o'clock on Monday. So thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we will see you Monday for ModCons. So good evening.